Hi, my name is Tim. Join me on a 7-night cruise on Cunard's Queen Anne. I've arrived at the ocean terminal in Southampton and I'm very excited to be trying Queen Anne. I love the other three ships, but this is my first opportunity to try the latest addition to Cunard's fleet. In this guide, I explore the ship and I'll show you my stateroom. We'll have a look at the different venues, including the dining and bar options, the theatre, the Queen's Room, the swimming pools, and generally get a feel for life on board Queen Anne. Cunard describe her as a blend of modern luxury and timeless elegance, setting a new standard in ocean travel. I've heard very mixed reviews. Some people love her and have embraced the more contemporary style. Others think she's far too modern and has lost some of the Cunard magic. I'm keen to get on board and experience her for myself. We're heading to the Norwegian fjords, and the embarkation process so far has been smooth and efficient.
Hello, sir. Welcome on board.
Thank you.
Welcome on board. Welcome on board.
So far, so Cunard, with a wonderful welcome, and it's exciting to get a first look inside. In terms of length and tonnage, Queen Anne is the second largest ship in the Cunard fleet, with Queen Mary II being the biggest. In terms of passengers, she is the largest of the four queens, with the capacity to hold around 3,000 guests. My first impression of the interior is it's contemporary but still classic. Before we explore the ship, let's start with a quick look at my stateroom. On this cruise, I'm staying in a deluxe ocean view stateroom. I really liked the updated styling. Some of the colours are darker, but I thought they looked smart and sophisticated. Overall, it was elegant and understated and very comfortable. The proportions of the room were good and it was a lovely space to escape to from the hustle and bustle of the ship. A half bottle of fizz was waiting in the stateroom and another half bottle was delivered partway through the cruise. There was a comfortable and good-sized sofa. The stateroom was on deck 1 with a large window offering great views of the sea. There was a pack of information including the all-important daily programme. The stateroom had a flat-screen TV and remote control. I thought the entertainment system had a lot more choice than the other ships. Unusually, we had a bathroom with a bath and overhead shower and a separate shower room with a walk-in shower. Overall, the stateroom was stylish, comfortable and relaxing, and I was very sad to say goodbye to it at the end of the cruise. The grand lobby remains the hub of the ship, with a triple-height atrium spanning decks 1 to 3. The space doesn't feel as grand, and one reason is there's only a staircase on one side, whereas on the other ships there are sweeping staircases down both sides. Although it feels less formal than the other ships, it's still a very impressive space and beautifully designed. It was always buzzing with activity and often to the backdrop of live music. Central to the grand lobby, just like the other ships, there was always a stunning floral arrangement which was changed every few days. The traditional wood-panelled Art Deco mural is replaced with a contemporary mural sculpture etched onto three-sided metal panels that appear to move and change perspective as you look at it from different angles, and with a changing light effect during the day and into the evening. It's definitely more modern, and some of the art pieces reinforce that feel. It is less traditional and does feel like it's lost some of its grandeur, but it's stylish and sophisticated with a more understated design. Like the other ships, on deck 1 of the Grand Lobby, you'll find the purser's office. It's slightly more tucked away compared to Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria, for example. They've created a separate space for it. Opposite the purser's office, you'll find the drawing room. The space features a classic range of books with the added attraction of a wonderful model of Queen Anne on display. It's a smart space to relax and read, and appears to have had more thought invested in its design and fit out, and it feels like a new venue. It's conveniently located next to a coffee bar, which is a new feature for the Grand Lobby. Yes. We were getting ready to leave Southampton, so let's go up to Deck 9 and soak up the atmosphere and fun of the sail away party. The pool area is called the Panorama Pool Club, and we'll look at it in a bit more detail later in my video. For the sail away party, it was buzzing with people enjoying drinks and live music. Some people were in the swimming pool and the hot tubs, and everyone was excited to be setting sail. It was a fantastic atmosphere to start the cruise. We didn't have the sunshine, unfortunately, but it was pleasantly warm, and we were lucky enough to enjoy calm waters as we sailed smoothly out of Southampton along the Solent. Back down on deck 2, let's have a look at the Queen's Room, which is always considered to be a focal point on the Cunard ships. I'd read quite a few mixed reviews about the Queen's Room on Queen Anne, with many people complaining it's too small, it doesn't feel like a ballroom, it's lost its grandeur, and there's not enough room to dance. It definitely feels smaller, with the addition of a bar on one side and more people walking through. It feels more like a multi-purpose entertainment venue than a ballroom, and they were using it for a lot of cabaret and entertainment style acts, and on some nights as a disco. We did see some ballroom dancing, and to be fair, it was a popular venue on the ship. The bar is a great new option. You can sit at the bar and enjoy a cocktail whilst you watch the entertainment, or alternatively, there's table service. There was certainly a varied choice of entertainment styles on offer in the Queen's Room on different nights. As you can see, on some nights the dance floor was packed with people having a great time. The good thing about being on the ship is if you don't like the entertainment in one of the venues, there are lots of other venues around the ship offering a choice of entertainment, and you can always find something that suits your taste. It's definitely not as impressive a space as the Queen's Room on the other 3 ships, in part because it's only double height above the dance floor, and so the ceiling feels lower, it feels smaller and more intimate. The traditionalists might not like it, but they should still enjoy the afternoon tea. The venue isn't quite as grand as the other ships, but you still have all the pomp and ceremony of the famous Cunard white glove service. We thoroughly enjoyed a few afternoon teas during our cruise.
The cucumber?
There's always a great selection of sandwiches and cakes and fantastic service. You can't beat the scones with real clotted cream. There's the opportunity to have a glass of fizz if you want to turn it into a champagne afternoon tea. It was just as popular and as enjoyable as on the other ships. Because it gets so busy, it's always advisable to arrive early to secure a table. During the day, the Queen's Room is used for lots of activities, including on sea days, line dancing, which is great fun. The line dancing is very popular, so the lack of space with the smaller dance floor is a bit of a problem, but it's still a great way to burn some calories. There were also some fitness sessions if you wanted something a little bit more high energy. I saw several ballroom dance classes taking place in the Queen's Room. The Queen's Room is sometimes used for talks and insight lectures from the onboard team and guest speakers. There's additional seating on deck 3, which offers a view over the Queen's Room. Next, let's have a look at the dining rooms. Where you dine will depend on your grade of stateroom. Most people dine in the Britannia restaurant. It's the ship's main dining venue, designed as an impressive 2-tiered space spanning decks 2 and 3. A key design feature are the 2 central columns, which rise to the full double-height ceiling in what's described as a gold starburst design. I really liked the columns. I thought they created some glamour and drama and set the tone for what is a very elegant dining room. The restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. In the evenings, you can opt for flexible dining or one of the fixed dining times, either the early sitting or the late sitting. I preferred the second sitting, which meant we were getting to the restaurant at around 8:15 p.m. The flexible option is called open dining. I haven't tried it personally, but I believe you need to make a reservation via the My Voyage app and join a virtual queue until your table is ready. If that's not correct or people want to share their experiences of open dining, please leave a message in the comments. One of the reasons I choose a fixed dining time is you get the same table every evening and therefore the same waiting staff. They're usually lots of fun. If you spend some time getting to know them, you build up a great rapport during the cruise. They get to know what you like and don't like, and it really adds to the dining experience. If you're lucky enough to get a table by a window, you get a wonderful sea view.
I love my sauce. Yeah, go on. Thank you.
We had a table for 6, and dinner in the Britannia restaurant was a highlight of each day. We loved the food, the atmosphere, and the service. If you pay a bit more for your grade of stateroom, you can use the Britannia Club restaurant. The dining room is exclusive to guests staying in Britannia Club balcony staterooms. The dining room is described as being smaller, quieter, and more intimate than the main Britannia dining room. But as I walked around, I was really surprised how big it actually is. It seemed to go on and on. The restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get an allocated table for the duration of your cruise, and in the evenings you can dine anytime you like without requiring a reservation. The menu is a la carte, but there are some special dishes that add a personal touch as they're prepared freshly at your tableside, which adds some theatre to the dining experience. We've got some friends who love the Britannia Club dining room with some of its enhanced menu options and more flexible dining style. The top 2 tiers of dining on Queen Anne are the restaurants known as the Grills. These are exclusively for passengers staying in either a Princess Grill suite or a Queen's Grill suite. The Grills represent the pinnacle of Cunard's onboard luxury, with an elite ship-within-a-ship experience, giving them access to private dining rooms as well as a separate private lounge area. The lounge has its own bar, serving pre-dinner and post-dinner drinks. Guests with access can also order speciality coffees or enjoy afternoon tea in the lounge. The Grills passengers have their own dedicated concierge who can help with restaurant bookings, shore excursions, and other personalised services. The Princess Grill is the entry level to the Grills experience and has its own dedicated dining room. Similar to the Britannia Club restaurant, guests have a dedicated table reserved for them throughout their voyage, and they can enjoy breakfast, lunch and dinner at a time that suits them. It's a beautiful restaurant, again slightly bigger than I was expecting, but it's elegant and sophisticated. The Queen's Grill restaurant is the very top tier of dining. It offers the same flexible dining with a reserved table, but in a smaller, more intimate and exclusive dining room. Diners can order lavish dishes such as lobster and caviar, and there's the ability to order off-menu, and the chefs will do their very best to accommodate requests. It's quite a long and thin room, but it means that more tables have views from the full-height windows. Some of the tables are configured so that couples sit next to each other, facing directly out to the windows. Overall, both the Princess Grill and Queen's Grill restaurants do feel extra special, with more intimate dining rooms and a more personalised menu and service experience. But of course, that comes with a significant additional cost, so it depends on your priorities and your budget. The Grille's passengers also have a dedicated private terrace and sun deck. It features infinity hot tubs, premium sun lounges, more lavish furnishings, and a deck service for drinks. Let's go back up to deck 9 at the aft of the ship and have a look at the Panorama Pool Club. One striking feature is a sweeping curve of monochrome striped seating with comfy cushions. The stripes also help to frame the swimming pool, giving it a chic design. The swimming pool feels bigger than the other ships because the layout is more open. The swimming pool is complemented by two generous-sized hot tubs. There's lots of seating and sun lounges to enjoy the sunshine, but there's also a smart covered area where you can relax with tables and chairs in the shade. On one side, in a central position, there's a good-sized bar which adds to the pool club vibe. Overall, the pool area feels like it's had a really smart upgrade, which lifts it a notch or two above the other ships. When the weather was good, it was a really popular, lively and relaxed spot to hang out and enjoy the sunshine. As you can see, we were lucky to enjoy some lovely warm days, as a cruise to Norway can be a gamble with the weather. One of the areas that sadly I did think was disappointing with Queen Anne is the promenade deck on deck 3. The lifeboats are positioned at deck level, which means there are long stretches where they block out all of the view. Other sections feel enclosed and narrow. You can still walk a complete circuit around the ship, but it was often difficult to pass if more than one person was coming towards you. One of my favourite activities on the other ships is to stroll along deck 3 and soak up the spectacular views of the open sea, and to stop and relax on one of the classic Cunard deck lounges. There are some short sections of unobstructed view, but sadly the promenade deck isn't wide enough to accommodate the loungers. I appreciate Cunard has chosen a design with repositioned lifeboats to avoid obstructed view staterooms. But personally, I feel the diminished deck 3 is a real loss to the ship experience, especially on sea days. At the aft of deck 3, you can still enjoy mesmerising views of the ship's wake. Up on deck 9, let's have a look at the buffet restaurant called the Artisan's Food Hall. It's a bright and airy space with full-height windows. It does feel like it's had a little bit of a design upgrade and feels more contemporary than the equivalent restaurants on the other ships. There are a couple of new features. There are sink areas where you can go and wash your hands, and there's also a bar if you want to go up and order yourself a drink. There's a small open buffet section where you can help yourself to meats and cheeses, but I thought the selection was a lot more limited than the other ships. The significant change is all the rest of the food is behind glass and you have to wait to be served. I certainly can't criticise the quality of the food. Everything that I had was fresh and delicious. There were lots of lovely different food choices. There also seemed to be some standard dishes like fish and chips, which I think were served every single day. I might be wrong, but I don't recall seeing that approach on the other ships. In my humble opinion, there seemed to be less choice and variety compared to the other ships. But it was lovely to have some of the food cooked freshly in front of you. The carvery was always a popular choice. Similar to the other ships, there was one station where you could choose lactose-free, gluten-free and vegan dishes. I would definitely say more time and thought has gone into the styling and presentation of the food on offer. If you're an ice cream lover, you'll be pleased to know that you can still help yourself to as much as you want. We did experience one big problem, and that was the queuing. At busy times, the queues went on and on and on. Some of the food stations only had one server, which created a real bottleneck. To make this system work, there really needs to be at least 2 servers on every food station. The great thing about a buffet is you can usually help yourself to a little bit of this and a little bit of that to build up a selection on your plate. Unfortunately, with this approach, that often meant queuing at multiple food stations, which could take a long time. I know some people think it's more hygienic, but personally, I would rather have the freedom to serve myself. The usual coffee machines, facilities to make tea, and fruit juice and water machines are available on Queen Anne. Next, let's have a look at the pavilion, which is one of the main feature areas on Queen Anne. The first thing you notice is the impressive glass retractable roof, covering a large double-height indoor space. The pavilion is home to a swimming pool, the wellness cafe, a grill serving burgers and hot dogs. It has its own bar, a gelateria, and is also used as an entertainment space with its own stage and a big cinema-style screen. We had quite a lot of kids and teenagers on board, which is unusual for a Cunard cruise, but they seem to love this area. There's some nice seating on the upper deck where you can sit and relax and enjoy the views out to sea. When the weather is good, the roof opens up and the space has a completely different feel. Even though it wasn't sunny all the time, the weather was warm enough to enjoy the pool area with the roof open. The space was used as the venue for one of the captain's cocktail parties, which I will show you later in my video. With the roof opened or closed, it was always a lively and popular part of the ship to be in. The pavilion is definitely a more modern version of Cunard, as a multifunctional space aimed at younger generations. When the roof was closed, it did remind me a little bit of a leisure centre because it was hot, quite noisy with the kids running around, and a strong smell of chlorine. I much preferred it when the roof was open. It does provide a flexible all-weather venue to hang out in and enjoy the hot tubs, the lounges, and of course the swimming pool. At one end of the pavilion, you'll find the Wellness Cafe. There are tables and chairs on the upper deck where you can sit and eat and enjoy views over the swimming pool. The cafe is open for breakfast and lunch at no additional cost to passengers. It's not open in the evening for dinner. The menu is described as focusing on light and nutritious, plant-powered and sustainably sourced dishes. There's a range of options for different dietary needs and tastes. It's part of Queen Anne's overall wellness offering, designed at attracting new passengers and giving existing Cunard passengers a new alternative dining option. Close to the cafe, you'll find the Pavilion Bar. There are tables and chairs, or you can jump up onto a stool and enjoy a poolside drink. In the same area, if you want a casual lunch, you can visit the Pavilion Grill for speciality burgers and hot dogs. You place your menu request, they're cooked to order, and then you pick them up from the collection point when they're ready. The final aspect in this area to tell you about is the Pavilion Gelateria. If you love ice cream, this poolside parlour will be perfect for you, but it does come at an additional cost. As we gear up to start another lovely evening, let's go to Deck 2 and have a look at one of my favourite venues on the ship, the Chart Room. The focal point is the circular bar with the glamorous icicle-like crystals hanging down. During the day, it's a very comfortable and stylish lounge where you can have speciality teas and coffees, or sit and read a book as you gaze out at the sea, or enjoy a lovely glass of wine. In the evening, it's a sophisticated and elegant bar to enjoy a pre- or post-dinner cocktail. There's always a great buzz at the bar. I must give a special mention to Arnold and all the team for making it so much fun, for mixing us delicious drinks and giving us such wonderful service. Let's have a look at one of my other favourite venues, the Commodore Club. Located on deck 12 in an elevated position at the front of the ship, during the day it offers spectacular panoramic sea views. It's a large bar, but it still feels cosy, with an elegant and sophisticated style. It's lovely to relax in during the day and night. In the evenings, it becomes a stylish and chilled cocktail lounge with live music. It's a popular drinking venue after the shows, after dinner, and late into the evening. Another popular venue for drinks and entertainment is the Golden Lion pub. During the day, it's a relaxed and casual option for a glass of wine or a pint and to enjoy the very popular pub food for lunch. Most of the traditional dishes on the menu and the daily specials are free, but there are some dishes that you have to pay for. In the evenings, the pub gets very busy for lively nights of fun. The pub has a range of entertainment from televised sports, pub quizzes, bingo, and live music. It's not what I would describe as a cosy, intimate pub. It's huge, but it needs to be as it gets so popular. As the nighttime fun on the ship continues, let's head to have a look at a brand new venue for Cunard, the Bright Lights Society. In the evenings, this intimate space stages immersive cabaret shows with performances such as Noir. You do have to pay extra and you need to book in advance. Sadly, during our cruise, some of the cast members were unwell and the performances were cancelled, so we didn't get to experience it, but I have heard very positive reviews from others. Later, the venue becomes the nightclub. The atmosphere was great fun. Everyone was up, dancing and partying and having a fantastic time. We had a huge amount of fun with our fellow passengers, and the partying at the Bright Light Society continues late into the night. Just like me here, you can also murder a few songs with karaoke, which is held in the Bright Light Society on certain nights. The nights they did karaoke, it was absolutely packed with standing room only. It's a new day on our cruise to the stunning Norwegian fjords. Let's continue exploring the ship by having a look at the Corinthia Lounge on deck 3. The lounge is positioned above the grand lobby. It's a casual place to hang out and enjoy light bites and drinks throughout the day and evening. I didn't get an opportunity to put this to the test, but my understanding is the cakes and the snacks are free, but the drinks come at an additional cost. It's a popular option, particularly in the mornings for coffee and to enjoy the full height windows looking out to sea. Also on deck 3, you'll find a variety of shops and boutiques. If you want branded merchandise and souvenirs, the Cunard collection is the shop to visit. The teddies are always very popular. There's a surprising number of shops selling clothes, jewellery, perfumes, accessories and gifts. If you want some retail therapy whilst you're on board, you'll find plenty of choice. The boutiques are stylishly presented and it feels like a high-end shopping experience. If you're looking for something unique to buy, the Cabinet of Curiosities is worth a look. Here you'll find a collection of unusual one-off items and second-hand designer labels. During our cruise, there were various sales, discounts and promotions on offer. I didn't end up buying anything, but on a sea day, it fills a bit of time strolling around exploring the shops. And it's also good to know if you've forgotten your bow tie, you can buy one on board. You'll find the casino on deck 3 in room 1840, which is named after the year the Cunard line was founded. I'm not an expert on onboard casinos, so I might be wrong, but there seem to be a lot more slot machines on Queen Anne. There are gaming tables where you can play games such as blackjack and roulette. There are lessons available during the day if you want to learn how to play. The casino has a stylish bar. I'm told the ceiling is designed to be reminiscent of a roulette wheel and the columns to resemble stacks of gaming chips. The 1840 feels more like a proper casino compared to those on Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria, for example, with its own dedicated room and bar. Next on our list is a look at the Royal Court Theatre. The online blurb tells me the theatre is a 2-deck high venue with a seating capacity of 825. It's designed with concert hall acoustics and high-tech lighting and sound systems. It's very modern in design, more akin to a luxury cinema, as opposed to the traditional grandeur of the theatres on Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth. During the day, the theatre is used for entertainment such as film screenings and insight lectures. The seats were really comfortable, but I didn't think the rake or the gradient of the seating was steep enough to offer a good sightline. Like the other ships, Queen Anne has its own theatre company, as well as inviting guest artists on board to perform. I saw an innovative and enjoyable light and dance show called Imagination.
the Royal Caribbean Company in imagination.
It's a new day, so let's have a look at the speciality restaurants, starting with Sir Samuel's. It's a traditional steakhouse and grill. Like the rest of the speciality restaurants I'm going to be showing you, they come with a cover charge to eat in them. It's recommended that you make a reservation for a table in advance. It's well known for its fine steaks, but also for seafood, including specialities such as crab cakes and lobster tail. Directly opposite is the Japanese-themed restaurant Ajiwa. Here you can enjoy sushi, sashimi, tempura, as well as tasting menus crafted by the chefs. The restaurant is mainly open for dinner, but I think I'm right in saying on sea days you can enjoy a Japanese-inspired champagne afternoon tea. The name Ajiwa means harmony of flavours, and the restaurant is designed to showcase Japanese dishes in a contemporary style. Queen Anne has another specialty restaurant called Oranja, bringing flavours from the Indian subcontinent. Another light and airy restaurant with great views. The menu is a good mix of contemporary and more traditional Indian dishes. The restaurant is only open for dinner, and it's worth saying again, for all the specialty restaurants, it's wise to make a reservation in advance, especially if you want to go on a particular day. The final specialty restaurant is Tramonto, inspired by the flavours of the Mediterranean region. The design of the restaurant reflects the warmth and sunshine of the Mediterranean region with bold yellow and blue colours. The menu reflects the rustic flavours of the region with fresh pan-fried sea bream, veal and lamb dishes, chicken Milanese, pasta, and of course some great vegetarian options. Next, let's have a look at the Sky Bar. It's another new venue for Cunard, and I thought it was a great addition. If you want to enjoy a relaxed drink with fantastic panoramic sea views, head to deck 14 to the Sky Bar. The seating has the same stylish blue and white stripes as the Panorama Pool Club. Some people on our cruise never found the Sky Bar the entire trip. When the sun is shining, it does feel like an exclusive hideaway with the vibe of a private members bar. You're spoilt for choice with the number of bars on Queen Anne. The Cabana Bar is another option for al fresco drinks. There's covered seating if you'd like some shade, or you can sit at one of the tables in the sun or on one of the stalls at the bar. The bar has a laid-back atmosphere, and because of its elevated position, it's another venue where you can relax with a drink and enjoy wonderful sea views. The menu specialises in rum-based cocktails, as well as serving a range of other popular cocktails and drinks. After enjoying all the lovely restaurants and bars, you might want to visit to the Wellness and Beauty Centre. It's been designed as a peaceful sanctuary for beauty treatments, relaxation and fitness during your voyage. There are lots of treatments on offer, such as acupuncture and massage. There's a fully equipped fitness centre to burn off some calories. For total relaxation, you can enjoy some time in the hydrothermal spa. Continuing the same theme, you'll find the Pavilion Wellness Studio on deck 11. Here you can take part in yoga, meditation and fitness classes. Continuing on the theme of fitness, there are lots of sports activities and outdoor games available on Queen Anne. The ship features a paddle tennis court and a pickleball court, which is a sport I've never heard of before, combining elements of tennis, badminton and table tennis. There's a golf putting green and driving range, archery, table tennis, shuffleboard and deck quoits. There's also a giant chess set which you can play whilst enjoying views of Cunard's iconic red funnel. Deck 14 is the highest passenger deck. Here you'll find outdoor seating areas where you can relax and take advantage of a great photo opportunity of the funnel up close. Also on deck 14, at the forward part of the ship, you'll find the observation deck. It's an excellent vantage point to savour unobstructed views. Next to the observation deck, you'll find a designated smoking area. On deck 12, you'll find the Churchill's Cigar Lounge. It's a room exclusively for cigar smokers. It has a classic ambience and style, reminiscent of an old-world gentleman's club, featuring leather chairs, comfy sofas and panelled walls. It's designed to be an elegant sanctuary from the bustle of the ship. It's still traditional in style, but with a more contemporary twist compared to the cigar lounges on the other ships. It has its own humidor where you can buy cigars. There's also a range of cognacs and armagnacs. You can press a button for service from the adjacent Commodore Club. There are large observation windows providing scenic views whilst you enjoy your cigar. The library is also located on deck 12, and similar to the cigar lounge, it's a tranquil escape to relax and dive into the abundant selection of books whilst enjoying stunning sea views. You can read in the library or borrow books to enjoy in your stateroom or around the ship. On a different note, why not commit to a celebration at sea? There's a dedicated venue for weddings and other ceremonies. Weddings are typically conducted by the ship's captain or senior officer on sea days. Wedding packages are available, and there's even a smart outside terrace for receptions. There are play and activity zones for kids and teenagers, and even a boardroom for adults to use. In one corridor, you'll see the wall-mounted plaques representing the ports Queen Anne has visited so far. They commemorate each new maiden visit and are usually presented by the Port Authority. Like the other Cunard ships, there's an onboard gallery called the Clarendon Art Gallery. It's located in a corridor which isn't ideal, but it's quite a clever use of space. The pieces and exhibits change throughout each cruise, and as well as the paintings and sculptures, there are regular events such as talks from guest artists, previews, gallery tours and drinks receptions to engage passengers with the variety of art on display. If you've had such a great time that you want to book another cruise, the Voyage sales office is the place to visit. You need to book an appointment to speak to a member of the team, but there are also self-service screens if you want to do some research. There are benefits to booking your next cruise on board, the main one being you get additional on-board spending money. Next to the Voyage sales office, you'll find a dedicated area to discuss and book shore experiences. You can get advice on the options, costs, and availability for the different excursions. On deck 3, you can visit the photography centre. Here you can book a photo shoot or collect photos already taken by the ship's professional photographers. You can also use the interactive kiosks to view photos. As you explore the ship, you'll see a plaque commemorating the Princess Royal's visit on the 27th of May 2025, celebrating 185 years of Cunard. One of the last areas to highlight is the games room on Deck 1, just off the Grand Lobby, where you can enjoy board games, card tables and jigsaws. We had a special treat for one of the sailaways in the Norwegian fjords. We were allowed to access the forward outside area on Deck 5 to view the dramatic scenery. The area is usually closed to passengers. Chairs were provided and a bar set up serving sailaway drinks. It's a great space for unobstructed views, and it was a rare chance to see this part of the ship. During the cruise, there are opportunities to buy different drinks packages and souvenirs, including the special gins which are made for each of the 4 Cunard queens. If you sail with Cunard regularly, once you get to gold level membership or above, you'll be invited to a Cunard World Club cocktail party. It's usually a great opportunity to meet and have your photo taken with the captain. Ours was held in the pavilion pool area. The drinks flowed, there were lots of canapes, and it was a good excuse to get dressed up and mingle with our fellow passengers and some of the ship's officers. On our last gala night, we were treated to a wonderful Cunard tradition, which is the waiting staff and the chefs marching through the restaurants with everyone clapping and waving their napkins. I'm so pleased this tradition has been kept on Queen Anne. It's a brilliant opportunity to thank the wonderful kitchen and waiting staff. It's aspects like this that make Cunard feel special. Our cruise on this lovely new addition to the Cunard fleet is gradually coming to an end, but there's still time for a bit more fun and dancing. I would say Queen Anne was more of a party ship than the other 3 Cunard queens. The passengers were definitely up for a good time. On all the cruises I've enjoyed on Queen Mary 2, Victoria and Elizabeth, I've never seen a giant conger develop in the Queen's room. The atmosphere was fantastic and everyone was having a huge amount of fun. You know your cruise is nearly over when you see the dreaded suitcases lined up in the corridors. Sadly, all good things come to an end, and before we knew it, we were back at Southampton and it was time to disembark the ship. I was apprehensive about sailing on Queen Anne due to all the mixed reviews. Some changes are for the better, some aspects I prefer on the other ships. She's certainly different, but on balance, I thoroughly enjoyed her and would happily sail on her again. I've had a great time on Queen Anne. If you've enjoyed my video and would like to see some more of my travels, please click subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching. Goodbye.